Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel and welcome to another holiday countdown tumbler tutorial. In this video, we're gonna make a peekaboo tumbler and we're gonna go a little bit more simple and elegant Christmas. We're not gonna do traditional like red and green. We're gonna go really kind of classic, like upscale vibes with this one. I really love putting this tumbler together and I hope you all enjoy the tutorial. As always, let me know what you think down below in the comments. If you do enjoy the video, please hit the thumbs up button down below. Make sure you're subscribed to my channel if you are not already, and check out the description box for everything I'm using in this video. As always, I'll have links to my social media pages, my Facebook group, my elite group, discount codes, link to my website. Everything you need is down in the description box. Okay, I think that's it. I hope you all enjoy the video. Let's go. We're going to be using a 20-ounce skinny straight sublimation tumbler, so it's already white and ready to go. You can just sand down the surface of the cup a little bit, and then you essentially have a pre-prepped cup that you can go in and work with. So I'm going to estimate here some even sides on the top and the bottom of my tumbler. If you want to measure and make these even, you can, like make them the exact same size. But I just kind of eyeballed it because this is going to be a peekaboo anyway, and we're going to use the same size stencils on the top and the bottom. It doesn't really need to be exact because you're not going to see this really in the end. So just kind of estimate how big your stencils are going to be and then go from there. So I'm just taping off this middle section here because I don't want to glitter that, because that's not going to be part of our peekaboo. So I'm leaving the parts of the tumbler that I'm going to glitter exposed and then taping off the parts that are just going to stay plain. Once you're all taped off, you can base paint your top and bottom sections for your glitter. Now, you can use acrylic paint, spray paint, whatever you want. I thought it would be cool to try using an alcohol ink marker to base coat my tumbler. So I took this kind of golden woody toned alcohol ink marker, and I'm just going to color this entire section, both the top and the bottom. I wanted to try it because it dries really fast, and I just wanted to see how it would work. It ended up working great, so this is a good option if you need like a really quick base coat, especially on these sublimation tumblers. The color goes on super easily and super smooth and dries like right away. So great option if you need a quick base coat. Now for the glitter for our peekaboo, we're gonna do kind of just like an amalgamation of all of these different colors. I will have all of the names of the glitters I'm using down in the description box along with the discount code for you. But basically what we're going to do here is just put these randomly all over these two sections. You can mix them together. You can try and like ombre them, fade them out. You can do, chunks of color so that each of your ornaments is a different color if you want to. I chose to just kind of layer them and almost make like a pseudo custom mix a little bit. So I'm just kind of putting them wherever, just letting it fall. It doesn't really matter. We're just looking for a really pretty kind of goldy, silvery, festive Christmas tone. Don't take this glittering too seriously. Just put the glitter down, and it's beautiful glitter, so it will look beautiful in the end, I promise. So after I did the bottom of the tumbler, I took all of that glitter that fell off my cup from that first glittering process, and I just poured it all into one mixing cup. And I'm going to take my glitter glue and put it on the top. That's what I'm using as my adhesive. You can use whatever you want, epoxy method, Mod Podge, whatever. And I'm just going to take that cup of like stray glitter and pour that all over the top of my cup, and then I put some more of it on the bottom. So we did in the end kind of make just a really pretty custom mix. So once this glitter glue dries, I'm going to remove my tape, and then I'm going to add 2 layers of epoxy over it. I didn't seal the glitter because there wasn't really a need to. If the glitter moves, it's okay because it's a peekaboo. This middle section is going to be covered with paint and it just doesn't matter. So I added my 2 coats of epoxy to my cup, and now I'm going to go through and sand down all of my glitter so that it's perfectly smooth for when we apply our decals. You want to be really thorough in your sanding because we're not going to do any glitter over our peekaboo. It's just going to be paint. So you want to make sure that everything is as smooth as can be, because any bumps you will see underneath your paint and your epoxy. All right, so once we're smooth, we're ready to go in with our ornament stencils. I will have this stencil with the outline listed on my website if you want to use the same ones. So I took these two ornament shapes and I cut them at about 2 inches high. You'll want to measure how large you make your glitter sections and then make your ornaments just about that same size. And what you can see I'm doing here is taking these ornaments and I am layering them kind of like, kind of diagonal, some are straight, just kind of whimsical, I guess. And I'm alternating shapes. So I'm going to do a little teardroppy one, then a circular one. And I'm just going all around this section of the tumbler. And I'm going to do the exact same thing on the bottom. And then when we go through and outline them, it's going to look like a really cute little line of ornaments. All right, so once all of your ornaments are placed, you can go out and spray paint, or you can use regular like paint with a brush if you want to, doesn't matter. I decided to do a navy blue and like maroon ombre. So I did a little center burst of the maroon, and then I did the navy blue on either end where the peekaboo is actually going to be. So once that was dry, I let it sit for about an hour, hour and a half. I went through and I peeled up all of my stencils, and because they were overlapping, that was so easy. That was literally like the easiest peekaboo peely I've ever done. But you can see how pretty those ornaments look under that dark spray paint. I wanted to go with a darker color story or theme for this one because I just thought those golden ornaments would really pop and just look like super elegant underneath a darker color. But of course, feel free to do any color scheme or theme that you want with this design, make it your own, and just have fun with it. So I'm going to peel up all of these stencils and then I'm going to go right into another coat of epoxy. I want to seal in my paint before we add our outlines and our decal, just to be safe in case we need to remove anything. It's always safer to have a coat of epoxy over your spray paint. So that coat was really thin. It was maybe about 15 milliliters of the Flynn Sisters Supply Shop Fast Cure Epoxy. And once that's on, we're ready to go into all of our vinyl work. So for our main decal, we're going to do a double offset here. So I've got some really pretty, like sparkly, glittery, transparent, goldy, silvery vinyl, and we're going to use that as the base for our offset. Now, because this is a transparent glitter vinyl, it's going to really show up super pretty on that dark base of paint that we have in the center of our tumbler. You'll see here in a minute. It's a really like subtle, just pretty offset. And if you have the same glitter and you try to put it on a lighter color, I don't think it would give the same effect, but it looks really pretty on the dark, as you can see. Just like really elegant and sparkly. I love this. So I'm going to put that down first. And then for our middle layer, we're going to use a dark purpley glitter vinyl. Now you could use black, you can use solid navy blue. You really don't end up seeing a lot of that middle layer. It just adds a little bit of a shadow for that top layer decal. So you don't need to use anything special. In hindsight, I probably would have just used a regular like navy blue or Cal 651 vinyl, and we would have had the same effect. Now for the top layer of our decal, you should not be surprised at all that I'm going to use my champagne gold textured metallic vinyl from Teckwrap Craft. I'm going to use my black grid transfer tape from Teckwrap Craft for this. This just picks up the textured vinyl really, really well. So I'm going to use that. And of course, I'm cutting it into little pieces, going line by line. And I'm just going to line that up right over our dark purple vinyl. Now you can see what I mean about like, it's just a little bit of a shadow. So don't feel like you need to use any super special vinyl. Again, like I said, just use like a regular plain dark color. You could even use just plain black, and it's just going to give that vinyl a little bit of an extra pop off of the background. So I'm going to finish layering these up, and then we will move into our ornament outlines. I forgot to mention that my offset sizes are for the first one, for the black, like dark outline, I did a 0.03. And then for the main offset, that transparent glitter vinyl, I did a 0.06. So the furthest bottom layer offset is twice the size of the shadow offset. And then we obviously just have the regular decal on top. Okay, so for our ornament outlines, we're going to use the same champagne gold textured metallic vinyl, and I'm going to weed out and save a few of these ornaments, possibly for another project. I didn't really want to waste all of that vinyl, so I did save a handful of these. But basically what we're going to do is take these outlines one by one, and I'm going to place them obviously as an outline on the peekaboo. But what we're going to do, as you'll see, is cut away some of the parts where they overlap, where the outlines overlap, so that it looks like the ornaments are overlapping each other on the top and bottom. So I'm going to take a few just random outlines here and place them to kind of get me started. And then we'll start building those overlapping layers, cutting away the pieces, and then we'll end up with a bunch of different overlapping ornament shapes around the tumbler. Now, when you're cutting away the outlines of your ornaments to make them look like they're overlapping, you can do any sort of like overlapping pattern that you want. I just kind of went randomly, like had some, in the front all the way, some like kind of overlapping each other, if that makes sense. You can cut these little edges away and make the ornaments overlap however you want them to. But once you're done placing all of your outlines, you can go right into your final 2 coats of epoxy, and then you'll be all done. So here is the final tumbler design. I really, really love how this turned out. I'm so happy that the idea came to fruition. I love when that happens. And I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, please be sure to hit the thumbs up button down below. As always, let me know what you think of this design down below in the comments. If you recreate it, please be sure to tag me in your photos and videos at Made by Manny and Mal on Instagram. I would love to see what you do with this technique. And of course, if you're not subscribed to my channel, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you tomorrow for another countdown tutorial. Okay, love you. Bye.